Right, okay, well, welcome everybody. The workshops today are a new thing here, we're trying them out. So the idea is, we're trying to identify trusts and people who are ready to go for geothermal fairly smartly.
We're looking at people who've got potential access by virtue of where they are in the country to deep geothermal heat. Map you can see on the right hand side is the NHPower map, which is a Google map, and it has highlighted of the 200 or so large trusts, roughly where they sit in relation to the geothermal map of the UK.
Can we get Dr. Mullen on? He's a member of the committee.
Yes.
He's got a parliamentarian with a special interest in geothermal.
I'm a doctor by background, not a geologist, and so I was a skeptic to start with, because I think when I first heard about this idea that there's this clean, green, reliable heat source, it just all sounded too good to be true, so it took some time to convince me. But I have been convinced, and I was actually asked by the Prime Minister to produce a review of deep geothermal for the country. But as part of the review, I've been to Germany, I've visited a plant. There are actually hundreds of these plants across Europe. There are 250,000 homes in Paris that are heated by deep geothermal. We can do deep geothermal in this country. There's no reason why most of the NHS sites above a great resource couldn't be using it, and many other places in the country. So don't be uncertain about it. It's a proven technology, and you've got a great opportunity today to hear about how you can progress it locally. And as I said, I'm happy to help with my experience when it comes to talking to MPs, councillors, the media, and even senior comms leaders at your trust about how you can go about doing it in a really, really effective way.
This is for the geothermal.
Yes.
One of the problems that we have is that a lot of hospitals have heat networks. We have lots of little heat networks, but we have a large site and they're not all heat networked together. So we'd have to rip up the site to put a heat network in to actually even make use of the heat across the site. Whereas air source heat pumps, we just put them, next to each heat network. Exactly.
Well, to create a managed to combined authority as well about geothermal.
I'm not sure if they've been on my list, but I'm happy to. We did it on a data study that was used local authority basis, and it didn't use combined authorities, but that's a good suggestion, and I'm happy to reach out to them for sure.
A few projects ongoing right now.
Within feasibility?
Yeah, so with the feasibility, and if you take it from the earliest point, at a basin level, you've probably seen the presentations that we did earlier on last couple of months. There are some hot spots and there are some not spots where the heat's available, and that will give you a potential. You then need to deliver a project that's going to take from that potential through to ultimately, hopefully, the day your local MP comes along and cuts the ribbon.